May we have a word?
Let me guess. He's done something crazy.
Show me again, I want to break your neck.
Welcome to the Looney Bus.
McKenna.
Nebraska Williams. That's Coyle. That's Lynch. With Merckx. Why are you here?
I don't think you believe me.
Come on, man. I had a run-in with a space alien.
This fucking guy is crazier than the rest of us. What the fuck was that?
That's the thing that killed my men.
Alien.
Guess who's back? It ain't a fucking question. Can't go live by when the presence of a living legend.
Predators. It exploits weakness, tracks its prey like a game. Seems to enjoy it.
That's not a predator, that's a sports hunter.
Well, we took a vote. Predator's cooler, right? Fuck yeah.
Do you have a plan? Ex-sniper with PTSD and a team that's mental? You're insane, right?
Gentlemen, they're large. They're fast. And fucking you up's their idea of tourism.
Figured something out. I think we're gonna die. Just pointing it out.
Our big boy's a hunter. He brought his dogs with him.
Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Beer and Bad Movies. That was a good one.
Yep, this time I got to join in.
Yeah, this is Uday and, of course, Dick Sassy himself. So, after watching the greatest Predator movie of all time, how do you feel?
I feel rejuvenated. I feel like Ghostbusters 2. I feel like all my hate, everyone's anguish and pain was somehow filtered into the writer and producer and director. And Shane Black was like, he's like, let's do it. Fuck it. Let's just go for it. You know what? I'm miserable. I don't give a fuck.
I kind of just imagine that, like, when he's directing this, he's, like, kind of high on heroin, and every time there's a note from the studio, he's just kind of like, I don't care, do it.
he got fed up of the studio sending shit.
Yeah.
I imagine something like what, Silent Bob says. How he's like, people get a hold of my scripts and they would just chop it to pieces. Yeah. I imagine if that was Kevin Smith, or Silent Bob, if that was him with all his shit, imagine what they did to people's scripts who didn't try to jump in and they didn't give a fuck.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Let's not mix words. This is a really bad movie. The only thing I'm not gonna say the only thing, but it's just, I saw this in theaters and I was so disappointed.
Oh, so you saw disappointment in surround sound.
And I paid for it.
Yeah.
The Predator movies beforehand. Predator 1's a classic. Just a good action classic. Predator 2, not a lot of people like. I do.
I really like Predator 2. I prefer that over Predator 1, in fact.
I kind of, if it's more like, there was just a little bit more to the world of the Predator in part 2.
I think it's because I come from a city, so I felt more like, oh, that's cool, or that could happen.
And it was LA, and LA doesn't get hot this summer.
Exactly.
Fast forward to Predators. I like that. It's a good one. I don't think it's a super awesome classic, but it's a good one.
Again, no, not me.
No?
They went too far with that, helping the human thing, and when they started, when people start tag teaming.
Oh,
and
at the very end, you mean?
Yeah, and I'm like, let's stay at odds with each other. That's the equivalent of it being so fucking lame. Like, at the end, Joker's like, there's gonna be some nerd out there who's gonna correct me, like, that did happen. It's like the equivalent of, at the end, like, Joker helping the Batman defeat, like, Two-Face or something. It's like, no, just stop. All right, that wouldn't happen.
I didn't necessarily have too much of a problem with that, because then the way they explained it, the big ones hunt the little ones. They made it kind of seem more like it was a race war or a species war,
or a rape.
There's that too. And how do you feel about Alien versus Predator?
AVP is also very funny.
I don't really care for it, but I mean, I'll say this: the actual parts where the aliens were fighting the Predator, I thought was pretty cool. I mean, I definitely wouldn't recommend if it's the Alien. If it's the Predator universe, I'm not going to recommend that one. First off, You know.
Well, I guess because it's already a shitty movie, in my opinion. AVP. I also saw it with like 50 other dudes, because I saw like when I was with the Job Corps and like in a dorm, so it was a bunch of knuckleheads with me too. Like,
so it kind of puts you in a bad.
Kind of already puts me in like, just shut the fuck up. It's already a bad movie. Let me see if this bad movie has anything to offer. And it was one of those settings where I couldn't really tell you. It's like, oh, at the end I felt like I'm gonna have to watch this again.
I'm the same way with that movie Gravity, because I saw it with a really loud, talkity, ghetto crowd. Meanwhile, like, realistically, Gravity actually is a good movie, at least in my opinion, but I can't watch it without associating fucking annoyance. AVP Requiem, you can skip completely. It's really dumb, it's really bad, and for some reason, half that movie is done in the dark, so you can't see the Alien Predator hybrid to begin with. And it looks stupid.
It did look stupid. Let's just get that out in the open. It looks stupid. For anybody out there who's going to be like, come on, guys, you're being too hard. All right, I'm going to tell you this. Quit being optimistic for CGI. If you want to be nice, fine. Let's go and give the fucking CGI director an Oscar. But let's not fucking give all the credit to someone who didn't put in the work. Shane Black, he should be ashamed of himself for letting this get out in the studio with his name on it. Yeah. I would have let it get out with like the name P.B. Herman.
The Alien Predator hybrid looked like... the Hunchback of Notre Dame with a predator face.
Yeah.
That's all.
yeah, he did.
So now we have the Predator. Good lord. So bad.
Hey, this movie starts out just kicking ass right away.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. They come pivoting through a wormhole.
Yeah, a wormhole. Fuck. Ugh.
Klingon warbird comes uncloaking.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, for some reason, their cloaking is like cuts like a knife to everything.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that works, but whatever.
Yeah, who gives a shit about continuity?
Alright, now for those of you who haven't seen The Predator, this is spoiler alert, okay? We don't care, because this is horrible. Alright, so, there's two Predators in this movie. There's Predator 1 and then Predator 2. Predator 1 comes to Earth with the assumption of giving mankind something to fight the Predators. Yeah. Apparently this one went rogue and doesn't like that they've been doing experiments to increase their strength and size. And he comes to Earth. He immediately kills everyone.
Mm-hmm. He's like, the Predators are using steroids. This must be stopped on a galactic level.
But I'm going to kill everybody I tell the message to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, no, so his ship crash lands, and then... he immediately just kills these two guys. But remember, this is the PETA Predator. This is the one that's here to help humanity.
Yes, he kills them real good, though.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
No, yeah.
Like,
they're quick deaths.
If I got killed like that, you guys would be talking about it forever. Oh. You know what I mean?
Like, you know, Richard died?
it's a fucking monster stabbed him. Alien monster stabbed him like 4 times in the chest. Once would have killed him.
And then took his skull.
He had no more guts either.
Oh my god, yeah. That's the first problem in this movie. So the government finds this Predator 1, and they're studying it. They see it's got human DNA in it, which I think is kind of pointless and useless. Okay, it's got it's a, what do they call it, humanoid type alien to begin with. It has feet, it has hands, it has a head. Probably.
Speaks a language.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it communicates through sound, through language, not like on a different level, not like a psychic level. And
how we learn that they're like, oh god, I'm literally kind of almost annoyed by describing this because it's just so stupid. Okay, so in the beginning when this Predator kills a bunch of people, the only one that gets away, Quinn McKenna, who's played by Boyd Holbrook.
2 last names.
Yeah. He gets some of the Predator stuff when the Predator's kind of knocked down. He gets his arm gauntlet and his cloaking device, which is just this little ball, I guess.
Oh, yeah. It looked like a teardrop or something.
Oh, and he gets his helmet, which he then ships all of this back to his P.O. box, which actually is now full, so it gets delivered to his house.
Looked like Big Van Vader's helmet, too.
Did.
Well, for wrestling fans out there.
Remember old school Vader when he had that thing?
Yep, that's what I saw.
That's exactly what it looked like. And McKenna's autistic son opens the package and just starts playing with his shit.
Yeah.
And because he's autistic, he knows how to read their language.
You know how many parents are taking their autistic kids to go and see movies like this movie, you know what I mean? Like, I just wish there was there was more violent movies I could take my autistic kid to that he could relate to.
Yeah, that he can connect with. There needs to be an autistic character that we can relate with.
Shut the fuck. You know what? Ask yourselves. Is there really how the fuck I'm not gonna get into it. Why are there like that many autistic kids where we need to like appeal to them? Oh my god, it's like I feel like it's a sick joke. Remember at a Scrooged how he was like they're like it's programming for the future. It was like cats and dogs are watching TV.
Yeah.
I feel like it's that. It's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really follow any kind of real narrative to begin with. I mean, okay, the kid's autistic, that's great. But, like, they just use this kid as the MacGuffin to see things.
Yeah.
Because, like, the kid's playing with the helmet, and for some reason, this helmet has video that's just randomly playing of other predators doing surgery on Predator 2, the one that comes a little bit later. Because, you know, they just have that in the helmet. It plays on a loop. It's like back noise.
We didn't even get to see it from the Predator's point of view, which would have been cool to see how they see through their eyes.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to see that. We saw thermal imaging.
Yeah.
That's the way we see it.
Yeah.
Through their shit. But they're different creatures, so they have to see thermal imaging. What would it look like to them? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're fucking retarded.
If they're looking at us through infrared and that's how you see their video, they're like, how can we see that then?
Yeah, they're like, I'm seeing myself in third person. I'm recording myself through my mask in third person. Shut the fuck.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, continuity off right there. And by the way, his kid, he got that. He received the package by mistake.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to, and all of a sudden, so because this was a mistake, now this kid's like the chosen leader.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna get to that. Yeah. So, McKenna, the dad, is then captured by, I guess, U.S. government alien hunters, whatever they fucking are, and just so they can kind of keep what he saw under lock and key for a little bit until they really understand. That's where he meets his unit. You know, we got Theon Greyjoy and
Unit 2.
Yeah, that's right. No, it was Group 2.
Oh, Group 2.
Yeah,
my bad. As in number 2.
Yeah,
as in shit.
Exactly, and it's so. Actually, that took me a second to realize that.
Yeah,
it is shit. And each of them just have these stupid kind of weird gimmicks that really don't even. It's just kind of like they want to have each person has their own thing, but they don't really imply on these things. There was the guy, what's his name? That's Theon Greyjoy. His thing was card tricks. He does it one time and that's it. And then they reference it at the very end when he
Alfie
dies.
Allen.
Alfie Allen, that's right. And then, like the one guy's always smoking, which, as a soldier, that's kind of a bad thing when you're trying to stay hidden.
What was that guy's name? Knoxville or?
Oh, Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. There you go.
And then I'm not sure if Keegan-Michael Keel and what's his name, the Tom Jane, were like best friends or lovers or something, because I can't understand half of what people say in this movie.
No, and it was really... Anyways, lighting's another thing.
Oh, yeah.
We can get into that, how cool that fucking forest scene that I was looking forward to, how much cooler that would have looked if maybe we could see what the fuck was going on.
Just a little more light, yeah.
Like it's like going to a band, it's like going to like a concert, and then everyone is just...
It's like that Dimitri Martin joke. I love to go to concerts because I love to see the band through the phone of the asshole in front of me.
Yes. Oh, I mean, kind of. This movie did that thing with the dark. It's like, here's a bunch of CGI and cool shit, and most people out there not as hateful or as critical as us. They probably haven't seen as many movies, but at the same time, they're not taking into effect or into account that it's like, okay, you spent millions of dollars on CGI, or hundreds of thousands at least. Let's say that.
Yeah.
And this is what you got out of it: a blurry dark,
in the dark, shadowy thing.
Yeah, and it's like, it's like being at a concert, and then the guys are just like riffing, and it's like, come on, I came to see an actual fucking thing, not to see a bunch of guys just jamming out. It really is. That's what they were doing as a director.
I mean, think about this: the climax of the first Predator movie takes place at night. Plenty of light, though.
Yeah.
Pissing me off.
Do us a favor. How about you guys don't fucking use your, like, college little projects, like, on a mainstream group of people who are going to pay to see your movie?
My thing was, why was the big Predator CGI?
Because they were too cheap to get out there, and this is also a thing, big complaint I have, that I won't go too long on, because we're not paid or sponsored. Anybody out there? No, but I wish I can go into more depth, but yeah, it's the whole what happened to practical effects, which was what brings people into movies. You know, what enthralls you, what brings you into something.
You can have CGI. I mean, CGI works in movies plenty of times.
It does.
Terminator 2. I don't like the Transformer movies, but like the Transformers do look like Transformers.
Yeah.
But just this plot is such a weak sauce. It shouldn't have been made a movie. So it's like, oh, we've gotten now. The first Predator is captured. You know, it turns out, oh, he was trying to give humanity a weapon of some sorts. Of course, once he wakes up, he just kills everyone. I'm like, wait. You told me he's here to save us. And
That's exactly when yes, at the very beginning, you're right. I was expecting to wake up and everyone to assume it was gonna kill, and it stops. But instead, no, it went ahead with the massacre.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't mind when it's like, oh well, they're shooting at me, kill the ones with the guns, but he killed everyone, like nurses and
except
doctors.
Olivia Moon.
Except Olivia Moon and Jake Busey.
Oh yeah, Jake Busey was left alive.
Yeah, he's like, don't let him escape. Ugh. Okay. So
what happens from here? They steal some motorcycles.
Yeah, get to the choppers.
Yeah. Talk about uneventful. It would have been so cool if they had paid for Arnold to be a guard at the front of the thing who saw them and was like right about to be killed by the Predator.
Yeah.
And he turns to them and goes, "Run! Get to the chopper!"
And then dies.
And dies, and they're like, they run and get to the choppers. That would have been hilarious. Everyone would have loved it. I think the crowd would have responded hilariously to that. Like, oh, he was in it, but he wasn't who you thought.
Yeah, nice little cute cameo that he does every once in a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, this Predator 1 is trying to give humanity this thing, but for whatever reason, he's just killing everyone. Once he finally gets some of his equipment back, that's when we find Predator 2, the hybrid, gigantic 11-foot tall Predator, who also has Predator dogs.
The big show of the Predators.
Yeah.
No, because this one's athletic.
Oh.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Right now, somewhere Paul White's going, hey.
Am I having a heart attack? No, that's just people talking shit.
I get that all the time. Yeah. Kills Predator 1, and now this Predator's kind of gone to clean up all the stuff. There you go. He's there to clean up all the stuff that Predator 1 left behind, all the equipment, all the space tech, and for some reason he wants to kill the little kid.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
So, I also have a kind of a question, not so much for you, but let's say if anybody's out there listening. 20 years from now, someone listens to this, they could leave a comment.
Right.
It's like, what was with the titanium or whatever kind of Predator steel that was? It was like super chromed out.
Yeah.
I loved how the other Predator looked. Just more gritty and like...
The new one?
No, the old school one. How it was he looked like... That Predator looked like it used to hunt, or it was a hunter. Mm-hmm. And they kept changing the storyline more and more. It's like, oh, they're 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, and they're going to practice, and they're going to come up and be a Predator.
Yeah. Those
ones are females. Those ones are women. Those ones belong to another tribe.
Yeah.
Get your fucking story straight and quit trying to fucking kill the Predator. How about that?
No. Kill the Predator. You're supposed to work to kill the Predator.
No, I mean, like, not the storyline of the Predator. Don't kill my childhood. Like, for fuck's sake. How about we, if you guys don't have a good idea, how about we leave it a mystery? Because there's nothing creepier and scarier than not knowing what the fuck you're going up against. Mm-hmm. And it's killing everyone. That's what made Predator scary. You couldn't see him. Yeah. He was doing that. Now he's chrome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He looks like Shredder.
He looks seasoned and like he was a veteran fighter.
Yeah,
you know?
Or how you said he looked like Super Shredder or whatever.
Oh, well, no, that's the suit. But...
Shit. That's the whole suit.
Yeah, to quote Fury Road, shiny and chrome. That's what the stuff looked like, and it did kind of bother me because it looked weak. Just also everything was a weapon in this movie. You know, did you notice that? Like the helmet was a weapon on its own.
Yeah, it was.
There was that gauntlet thing that just became 20,000 weapons.
Which, by the way, if we remember Part 1, fans of Part 1 know that was a shoulder mount. It wasn't an attachment to the helmet.
Yeah.
So...
You can say, oh, well, it's upgrades. I don't care. You do not need to upgrade that much. See, that was also my problem. Another Shane Black movie that I don't like is Iron Man 3. Where
Iron Man 3 was trash.
Yeah. Where Iron Man was able to control all the suits even though there was nothing inside them to move them.
That's why he used that guy.
Yeah.
That guy was also in Iron Man 3. He was a baddie. Now I remember.
Which one?
This guy who played McKenna, right? He was in that as that
No,
guy.
no, I know who you're thinking. No,
Fire guy? That wasn't him?
He wasn't in that. No. But that he was in Logan. Remember, we saw him in Logan.
In Logan. Okay.
But it's just okay. Like in Iron Man 3, there's a bit where he's got like the little face mask that's got little mini jets on it to fly it.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
No.
Where do you get the? Where do you get the fuel? Where do you get the
ambient energy? Electrogravitics. I can go into it, but they don't, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
that we shouldn't be the ones explaining to our crowd, and me and you shouldn't be here bitching about what should be an awesome movie.
Yeah.
That I'm actually, the more we talk about it, the more I realize they were trying to not just take our childhood, but to change what it was really, what made the movie a cool movie.
Yeah, there's the Killing Joke, which is the backstory of the Joker, which is very. They don't talk a lot about who the Joker is, which is a good thing, because if you give a face to the name, all of a sudden it's not as interesting or mysterious.
You can't humanize what's supposed to be a monster,
Yeah.
and then go around going, "Oh, I'm afraid of it." No,
Yeah.
nope, too late. You ruined the story.
So yeah, then they all just die fighting the super predator, and I mean the part in the forest I thought was cool at the very end when they're all fighting it. That was cool. I think the guy that played McKenna, he was actually a pretty good actor. I mean,
That guy's a good actor, but he's not utilized correctly, especially
I would
for that
definitely say
macho
so. Yeah.
fucking fake macho bullshit movie.
Yeah.
Because it didn't actually provide scenarios that. Come on, we watched that super predator chew someone's head off, punch another person's head in, throw another dude into a tree and impale him, and this dude McKenna gets away time and time again. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, man. That.
And did it bother you that they changed the color of the blood? Like it was a different color of green?
It was like
Almost like bright light green.
It was like they didn't want to take. I'm gonna steal this from the Game of Thrones behind the scenes and how they make. Remember how in the episode where Cersei blows up the Sept?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, they went through great lengths to make it glow like that. In the original movie, they did the same thing. They wanted that blood to glow, make you like, oh, this is like from another world.
Yeah.
They really got lazy in this movie and didn't care to go through the extra lengths of like, well, can we make it glow more? Well, then we have to surround it by lights and cut out. It's like, oh, you didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So again, production and things that made Predator suffered because of, I don't know. I really don't know.
No,
the reason.
I understand.
But yeah, I did see that. I didn't want to bitch about the blood. It seemed like a petty thing, but you're right. I noticed that right away.
Because that was one of the cooler parts of the first one, was that he had that glowing green blood.
And then he does this running power slide in this movie, all in this blood of a dead fucking dog, and there's no blood, like, glowing on him, which he should be fucking like
glowing,
a Christmas tree.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so what do you think about the Predator dogs? Space dogs, as they call them.
Hey.
They were growling.
They were growling, barking, making us sound like dogs having sex when they were running away. Then one gets shot in the head, basically gets lobotomized right there, ends up like Jack Nicholson at the end of fucking...
Yeah. And all of a sudden it goes from being a violent dog to a happy-go-lucky dog who wants to hang out with Olivia Munn.
Whatever it is, because it has its head hanging out. Yeah. What does it remind me of? What movie did we see? It's killing me. Someone else out there. God, I hope they help me. I remember a shitty movie. Maybe it was... That's what it is.
What?
Man, I'm good. John Carter.
Oh, that weird slug dog
Do you remember
thing?
that stupid fucking slug dog that would go fast?
Yeah.
Like that, but slow. Dude, they're like, I'm sure they're using B-roll from other movies now. Logan, all of them. They're like, give us your B director, your B actors, everyone. I don't care. B crew, all the way. I don't know. I'm talking a bunch of shit over here, but
John Carter.
Their B crews would be like our A crews, and like
it really was bad.
Yeah, with all that money.
They end up... everybody dies except for Olivia Munn, McKenna, and his son. But at the end, we finally reveal what Predator 1 was bringing to save mankind. The Predator Killer. And Oh god, it's so terrible. All right, here we go. Here's what the Predator Killer was. Predator Killer is this super extra big gauntlet, which for some reason goes from one shape to actually just being a regular gauntlet. Like, did you see that? You saw how like the two bars on the side?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it gets in the guy's hand and those bars disappeared.
Yeah.
And then
it's just this. Yeah.
And then it becomes this gigantic suit where it looks terrible. It's got 20 fucking laser guns.
That's also what they call Predator plot armor. So they get away with whatever they want.
Yeah. It's like once people found out that that certain movies were using nanotech as an excuse to make things.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, everything will be nanotech.
Yeah, and then that's it's like they found a really great way to be lazy and like being creative.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to come up with anything anymore. You know, fuck being steel, fuck being a space age steel.
Yeah.
We'll make it Predator steel. It's like paper thin. Really? Because the Predator I saw was like a big clunky motherfucker, 8 feet tall. And looked powerful.
Yeah.
Now it's like this fucking super shred looking dude.
Oh yeah, it was so stupid. You know, in Infinity Wars, they said that it was nanotech for Tony Stark's suit. I give that one a pass only because you saw in Iron Man 1, 2, and 3 him constantly making updates. So you can kind of go like, oh yeah, between Iron Man 3 between Spider-Man Homecoming and Infinity Wars, yeah, I'm sure he learned how to make nanotech. I'll go with it.
I can also go with the whole smaller computers and systems being able to make smaller things that our fingers couldn't make.
Yeah.
That we programmed it to make. That would make sense why things are smaller and smaller. But again, it would go into having to describe a certain technology that these movies aren't even beginning to try and describe to us.
It was ridiculous. It was really stupid.
They didn't even have this is what kills me. They didn't have cool one-liners like we grew up with. Yeah. You know, this shit'll make you a sexual tyrannosaurus.
Just like me.
Where the fuck were the cool lines? It was like one crappy joke. Like Shane Black wrote more jokes. Yeah, what's his name saying?
Well, you know what it was? It was just taking the old jokes, you know, like get to the choppers, you're one beautiful motherfucker, and then like, you know, get it? See, like the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember the first one. I really missed the first one right now. Was there anything you liked about this movie or an actor or scene?
Shit. I gotta say, I love the way Alfie Allen gets killed. He was hilarious.
He kind of died a hero too, because like he knows he's dead, and he still warns them that the Predator's here.
Yeah, he went out pretty cool, and he went out like Carl Weathers did in the other movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, that's a cool way. That was kind of cool to go out like that. And he really did go out pretty fucked up, and so did the other dude, Nettles. Like, he gets his legs chopped off, and he flies off. And,
yeah, his death was actually, like, I kind of regret that death, because... Can you at least give him his death a sacrifice? Not look, I just got... An accident happened.
I just didn't see the force field come in like everyone else did.
And he did see the force field coming, because when he gets his legs chopped off, he's shooting at it.
Yeah, like a fucking retard.
And I'm just like, he just saw Homeboy go underneath it, and Nebraska jump on top of it. But he's just like, no, I got this, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah. Bye-bye shins.
Yeah.
Don't need those.
He go say hi to Cotton Hill for us.
And the way that thing pops up is as if the ship is putting it together piece by piece. Yeah. And it's really retarded, because then why is there space for Homedude to crawl under?
Yeah.
No.
A lot of space.
Yeah, I don't buy that. If anybody has studied any of those things, they would know that he'd be crushed under the immense amount of energy pulsating from that.
And it was cool enough just for it to be like a kind of like a... In the first Predator, you know, he's invisible, and it's just like it's a part of his suit that just kind of bends light around him. Yeah. Not makes some sort of actual shield.
Exactly. That was the reason why you can kind of see him, is because he's refracting light and it's making a cloak out of him, which, by the way, that technology has been available for years from the military. So it's not like Shane Black was going out on a limb. He was just like reading shit that the military put out. That's it. And then he made something cool out of it.
It is, and then also, like, it's just coincidence. Like, this is one of those things I call coincidence. The movie, okay, it's a coincidence.
Always a good one.
Yeah, the Super Predator took his son. Oh, it's a coincidence that and they're on the top of the spaceship. The son goes, Dad.
Here's a question: why was he taking his son? I was confused.
Because he said that he was the only one worthy of being actually hunted.
But then he, instead of killing him and taking the skull like we're used to seeing, he didn't. He put it through the kid in a pod like he was gonna
just kill him.
Kill him, or was he gonna breed him? I'm confused. And another thing.
No! I'm sorry. They were going to take his genetics because they think that he was genetically superior.
Oh, the autism was genetically superior.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. But yeah, so he takes this kid, and then the shield comes on, and none of us saw that his son had a radio to his dad. And he knows how to read.
We didn't see that handoff.
Yeah, we never did.
I never saw the handoff.
And, he knows exactly what the Predator's doing for some fucking reason, because from around the corner, he can see...
That's
beep, beep,
right.
beep, beep. Dad, the shield's about to be turned on. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it's like, what the fuck? Did this kid become, like, bilingual in Predator?
He never says that either.
Yeah.
At the end, they go like, oh, yeah, he can read it. But, like, you never fucking told us.
I feel... like, had they just stole a little bit, like what Hollywood usually does. This is the kicker, guys. Hollywood has a bad habit of stealing from good movies and turning those good ideas into shitty ideas. So then the next time you see those ideas in a movie, you're like, been there, done that, and I don't want to see it abused again. Mm-hmm. In this case, they could have stolen from Flight of the Navigator. It'd been like, oh, that kid's brain was imprinted with a bunch of shit. Yeah. And how many kids have seen that movie? Not many. Nowadays,
and they did the same thing with Johnny Mnemonic.
Yes.
So
also a very underrated, cool movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So they could have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is one of those things where you should have stolen from a movie, and it wouldn't have been a shitty idea, but they didn't.
Yeah, this whole premise of this movie is actually really bad. Just like okay, hey Shane Black, we want to make another Predator movie. Well, the Predators kind of have this very basic plot of they just like to hunt humans. You really want to make that movie again? Well, can you make it different? I've got it. There's super predators that are making themselves even bigger.
Yeah.
No.
The MLB of the Predators.
Yeah. They've got to soup up because basketball season's coming.
Next thing you know, I'm not gonna go down that road. Never mind. Yeah. Oh man, but yes, that is funny. Next thing we're gonna have like a bunch of football players and like baseball players at a door.
Yeah, it would have been cooler if like say there was a rogue predator who was now trying to live on Earth, like maybe. In some jungle, and predator police are trying to get him or kill him because maybe he knows him. It made very little sense in this movie for these predators.
That would have been a cooler premise to make like a Rambo version.
Yeah,
but for Predator and make it like, you know what I mean? That would be cool. Like they're trying to hunt him.
Hey, so hybrids and nanotech, that's the big thing right now. Just put that in the movie.
Why haven't they done that as a movie? You think that would be, that's kind of going back to square one, making an Arnold Schwarzenegger version, but of a Predator.
Yeah.
Make a hero of the anti-hero that we don't like. You're absolutely right. They should have done that. Put us back. You already took us to that planet once. You put humans on that planet. Yeah. Let's go back to that planet and show what it would be like for the good guy version of their Predator, and then you could have humans come in and help them or some shit. I'm not saying this is a great idea, but I think it'd be more creative. Fucking a Predator that wants revenge goes after Arnold. Ooh.
You killed my
kid.
Dad.
No, you killed my kid who was, remember how they're like, oh, these are kids practicing to be hunters?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you killed my son, so you better be better than me.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Again, why I liked part 2 better, because when the aliens landed, he hands them this badass gun from like 1920
No, it was
shit.
1715.
Oh, fuck, see, way back in the day.
Which
old
was the
powder thing.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, that's fucking cool. He's like, it's kind of like saying, this is the last time we were here. Mm-hmm. This is the dude I killed.
Predators are all about, like, what do we know about predators? They're hunters.
Yeah.
Okay, well then what they should have done is been like, okay, well let's go talk to some actual professional hunters, and what would piss you off? What would make you want to kill something more? Like get an actual reason for these things to come to Earth again, aside from they're gonna hunt people. Again, I just thought it was so stupid. There's a rogue predator who kills all the people he wants to save just so he can give them this special suit. Mm-hmm. So the hybrid predators are going to come get that. I was like,
it was another reason to abuse CGI and get lazy.
I believe that 100%. Because that CGI fucking sucked.
It did suck. But, oh man. You know what? I'm going to take the word back. Sucking is a good thing. This did not do that. What this did was shit in my mouth, and it closed it, so it did shut. And it said, no, you're not going to wash it down with anything either. So I was like, oh, fuck this movie. All right. Yeah. I get it. I get what you guys are trying to do to us. But, I feel like we can do a good job.
Yeah.
Like that. God, that would be so cool if we just had like a few hunters. They had hired a few hunters to go out there, go up against this one predator.
Yeah.
These few hunters, one of them ends up dead. He calls in backup. A whole bunch of other hunters who are human start hunting them, and then we get other predators coming in as his backup. Next thing you know, a small armada versus the fucking humans. That's a cool fucking movie. That should be the movie. And what the fuck? Why they did this? It's lazy, dude. It's lazy writing 101.
It is. I'm gonna bring this last up. We're gonna get going pretty soon.
To the ugly sweater.
Yeah, the ugly sweater party. There's a video game didn't get a very good reviews. I didn't mind it. But I can see why it wasn't getting good reviews. There's a Predator Concrete Jungle.
I love that game.
I
For the
do
record,
too.
that was a bad fucking game. I lost a lot of hours on that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because it wasn't just killing people. You had to actually like be strategic. And stuff.
Yes.
So here's the plot of that game: is that a rogue predator in the 1930s was killing humans without really permission, and he is then isolated to a hunting planet by the rest of his clan. But because he left a bunch of his stuff behind in this timeline, the humans have now adapted to predators and learned how to kill them. So now it's his job to get the technology, destroy all of the blueprints and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
While hunting.
So it feels like the game was fun, but you're right. I think that I don't know what are you getting to here before I jump to any assumptions.
That game plot was better than the fucking movie.
Okay.
Why didn't they just make that? Why didn't they just make that a movie?
That's not what I thought you were going to say, but that is a good idea. I thought you were going to say that they stole from that video game and still got it wrong, because it feels like they kind of did.
It's
for plotline, they kind of stole that idea, and they said, you know what? We ain't got the money for this. How do we back out of it? And then the whole rest of the movie was like backing the fuck out of a bad storyline.
It's just like, you know what? Fuck them.
And they did that. They did that in the movie. They're like, well, they got pseudo with it. Well, what do you call him? Predators. He's more like a sports hunter. Shut up. Who wrote this? My brother?
Fuck you, yeah.
Pseudo
Let's know what a
fuck.
predator is. Fuck you.
That's not a predator, that's a sports hunter.
Sorry?
A predator kills its prey to survive. I mean, what you're describing is more like a bass fisherman.
Well, we took a vote. Predators Kool-Aid, right? Fuck yeah.
All right, that's about it. We gotta get ready to go.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
What is it?
Because this movie doesn't qualify, we still have to give you the challenge.
Oh, I wasn't sure if you were gonna do that or not. Okay.
I'm gonna have to ask you.
Okay.
This is easy, I know.
Okay, yeah.
But for the record, 10 Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he in my brain is still the original. He's always gonna be Dutch. That was a cool Predator movie, the first one.
We'll go 15.
Do it.
I can do that. Okay. Hercules New York, Terminator, Red Heat, Total Recall. We're not going to count the Predator because we've been talking about it all damn day. Running Man, Commando. Trying to think of it. Last Action Hero, Eraser, Expendables, Escape Plan. Okay, I need 5 more or else I just fucked myself. But I can do it. Junior, Twins, Kindergarten Cop. Alright. Sabotage, End of Days. Alright.
I'm gonna throw this one in there.
Okay.
Batman.
Oh!
Around the World in 80 Days. Fuck you, Arnold.
Yeah.
Where were you on this movie?
Yeah, where were we on this one, dipshit?
You piece of shit. You left people fucking hanging.
You could have saved us.
All he had to do was say, get to the chopper, and I would have had something positive to say about this movie. You know what? I also have some... Raul mentioned how much he loved the movie.
Yeah.
There's something positive. It made Raul happy.
There you go, Raul.
I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad somebody's happy because...
Don't
I'm
ever bring
miserable.
Don't ever bring this movie up to me again.
And if I'm on my deathbed, you guys, make sure this movie's not playing in the background.
Watch the first Predator. Watch Predator 2. Those are all good movies. All right, for Mr. Sassy and myself, we are out of here.
Later.
Like...